What's up with it, y'all? Yeah, back here another morning. Today, we're gonna dive into some Alan Watts. Life is a cosmic joke. Here's why you should laugh too. And I know it's hard to laugh at times, but sometimes you have to, bro, through everything that's going on. And I understand it's hard to understand life, what it is and what it's doing because of, the times that we call hard or whatever, or everything that's basically going on. But let's get into this video and then I'll chime in with my own thoughts from my psychedelic experiences. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, seekers and wanderers, allow me to remind you of something you have always known but perhaps forgotten. You are God in disguise. Imagine a vast, infinite intelligence, something beyond time, beyond space, beyond form. It has no beginning, no end, no limits.
And that's the one thing that people are today are scared to understand and see, that everybody and everything is God. Like everybody is this God entity, and that entity is looking through the eyes of you being you. And I think everybody is scared to say that because we put God outside of ourselves. Some of us put him as this entity in the sky and different things of that nature. And it scares us to say, okay, I am God. God is me. God is you. Because of the different stories that and the concepts and the ideas that we have of God, of being this jealous God, this God that wants you to worship it and all these different things. And that's what scares us to say it, because we don't understand the big G and the little g. But let's continue.
It is not a thing among things, but the very source of all things. This intelligence, this boundless awareness, is what we might call the divine, the ultimate reality, the one without a second. But here's the mystery. If it is everything, if it is all-powerful and all-knowing, why does it not simply remain in a state of pure awareness, basking in its own infinite nature? You see, eternity is a long time, forever, in fact. And if you were the only thing that existed, with nothing outside yourself, no contrast, no experience of otherness, you might find yourself wondering, what would it be like not to be everything?
Hey, that's wild, because it remind me of the time when I took the mushrooms and I seen that giant tree. It was like a tree that was made of this blackness like goo, and it had tentacles going into the top of the ceiling and tentacles going to the bottom of the floor. And it was like kind of foggy to where all you could see was this tree. And then I seen this guy standing in front of the tree. He was like kind of buff, but you only can see him from the back. And I'm like going, dang, I'm like, what is that? Who is that? What's going on? Like, this is what I'm asking myself in my mind. And the mushroom said, that's Adam. That's Adam. He like the first creation. He was the first man, and he was the only man. And then as it got closer, I could see that this guy that the mushrooms called Adam was standing in front of this tree, but the tree had like some type of computer like built into the middle of the tree, to where he was in there doing something on it. And when it got closer, like the Adam that they said was Adam, was creating this reality, because he was the first man, and it was saying that it couldn't be no other man created but him. So him being by himself, I'm talking about a millennium, he created this place in order to explore this place and give others an opportunity to live life and be into life. It was like the trippiest thing, bro. It was like, and that's the thing, like, the psychedelics showed me in so many ways that the God entity living as everybody and every person on this planet, that it showed me in so many different ways that it was just like, trying to drill it into my mind to go, okay, you need to understand this. You need to understand this. And I didn't want to accept it for a long time.
What would it be like to forget who I am just for a while and go on an adventure of rediscovery? The infinite, in order to experience itself in a new way, must do something remarkable. It must pretend. It must split itself into an uncountable number of pieces, each one believing it is separate from the whole. It must enter into form, disguising itself as mountains and rivers, as birds and trees, as planets and stars.
Hey, and it's wow because, you know, it's hard to see it as this and accept it as this. But we always say God created everything. We say it in so many different ways, but we don't really accept it. But we say it in many different ways. But it's like weird because, you know, like I said, we don't want to accept that that's what it is.
Most of all, it must take the form of living beings, beings that can think, that can wonder, that can forget their own divine nature so convincingly that they truly believe themselves to be small, fragile, and fleeting. You are not a mere player in this game. You are the one who started it. You, the infinite, the divine, the great unnameable, have entered this world, not as a super.
Hey, and see, this is one of the other things that I seen in Joshua Tree. Remember, I was like everybody was talking. I'm in my experience. I'm on the mushrooms, and everybody's talking. And this happened a couple of times. This ain't the first time this happened, but every time somebody talk, they were just me. Like they were me, like my face talking in their voice. And then it was this entity standing to the side because I'm going, man, how is this? I'm like going, no, this ain't right. Something is wrong. And he like, no, everybody is you. Everybody is you. You've been playing this game for so long that you got stuck in it and started believing that you were actually true life stories. This is something that you got stuck in because you got so used to playing this game and being all these different characters that each character that you decide to be, like, so just think, right? In life, like you right now, think of the character that you play as being whoever you are. Now, think of the different ideas of yourself that you take on. Like, say if you work at Walmart, you know, you begin to be the Walmart worker. Like, you feel me? Like you're a dad. You begin to be a dad. You begin to be a husband. You begin to be a son. Like, you yourself right now are playing many different personalities, many different parts of yourself that you're playing. Now, if you're powerful enough to be a dad, a son, a grandson, and like each one of them, you don't step out of character when you're being that character that you're playing. Now, just think of the infinite all that created everything, doing the same thing, the most powerful, the infinite one, being all these different characters. It's no different.
Supreme ruler overseeing creation from above, but as a hidden presence within every aspect of it. You have disguised yourself so well that you genuinely believe you are just a person, just a name, just a story, unfolding in time. There are moments, perhaps in dreams, perhaps in stillness, perhaps in the gaze of another being, where the illusion thins and you feel it. A strange, inexplicable sense of familiarity.
Exactly. You know, we be having these deja vus. And then when you have these psychedelic experiences, you have these times where you become one with everything. And you can see this thing that we call God. I don't know like what it is, but you can actually see it being everything. And it gives you, like, on the psychedelic experience, it gives you the opportunity to be able to feel this and see this and feel how it is. And it's like it's an amazing thing, bro.
As if the world around you is not as foreign as it seems, as if you are not truly a stranger here, but rather the one who created the stage, wrote the script, and then forgot that you were ever the author.
Look, and this is what I tell people all the time. It's like, when you think about, if you sit back and you really look at your life, you'll see how you created your life. You'll be able to clearly understand it, how you even led yourself in ways that you led yourself. Even if you took the ideas from somebody else, you the one who took on that idea and decided to believe it and say that it was part of you so you could become that idea. You were the one that said that your wife or your husband was the most beautiful person you met in your life. You were the one who said that that person over there was evil, that person was good. Your mind was the one that made all these different choices, and all these different choices led you in all these different ways. If you just pay attention and look at it yourself as you go on your daily life, you'll see it. And it's like, wow, bro, like I said, it's a beautiful ugly.
Think of a child playing make-believe. The child knows, on some level, that they are pretending. But the deeper they go into the game, the more real it feels. They become the hero, the adventurer, the explorer. They experience joy, fear, triumph, and loss. And that is exactly what you have done. You, the divine, have put on a mask and stepped onto the stage of existence, fully immersing yourself in the drama of life.
Hey, exactly. You know how I always put it? I always put it like, okay, when we were young and we had action figures, right? We had all these action figures, and we were always being Batman, Superman, Transformers. We was being each one of these characters, and we were playing them out as all these action figures. We'll take all these different toys, and we'll be the bad guy. We'll be the good guy. We'll be every like, even like little girls when they had their little houses, they little Barbies and stuff, and they would be Barbie. Then they would turn around and be Ken at the same time. Like, they would play all the characters of the toys that they have. We all have done it. And it's like, like, you can see it. That's all I'm saying. With these little aspects, like he said, like as you go through life, you see these little things that show you what's going on, but we don't pay attention. You know why? Because we're busy being the character that we decided to be.
You experience love, pain, wonder, and mystery, all for the sake of experience itself. The vast intelligence that holds the galaxies in place has chosen to forget itself, just so it can rediscover itself again and again, through infinite eyes, infinite lives, infinite stories.
Exactly. And like I said this time and time again, every time a person passes away, a new one comes in. And what do that new life do when it comes into this world? Whether it's a bird, a beetle, I'm going to say an animal, an insect, an organism, it looks at the world in a different new light. So every time the world is being reborn over and over and over again, you know how long this can happen? Infinitely. Because every time something is born into the world, especially a human baby, a tiger baby, a lion baby, it's looking at the world in a new light, and it's rediscovering the world all over again. Like, this can go on forever, bro. It don't never need to stop, because like I said, everything that's going to come is going to look at it as something new. And then it's going to get taught by the ones that were here how to look at the world until it figures out how to look at it in its own way.
But here's the twist. If the game is to forget, then that means the game must also include the possibility of remembering. Every once in a while, in moments of deep insight, meditation, or sudden realization, a piece of the disguise slips, and you catch a glimpse of what you truly are. It might come as an overwhelming sense of unity with all things.
Yes.
A profound peace that cannot be explained, or a sudden laughter at the absurdity of it all.
And that's me now. It's like, I can't do nothing but laugh at it all, because it's like, dang, you see it going on, but you see people get trapped, in their own ideas and their own thoughts. And like, it's absurd. All you can do is just laugh, bro. The cosmic giggle. But on that note, I got to get dressed for work. I'm about to go in, and then I'll share this. I'm not going to share this video because I want to finish it, and like, I'll do a piece of it every day till I'm to the end, until I get to this other video that somebody sent me on lucid dreaming. So like I said, send me your videos. Once I get to them, yeah, I'll do my reaction on them, and I'll talk about them. And like, because a lot of these videos that I'm seeing, they're so close to my psychedelic experiences that, it's hilarious. It's funny. It's like, dang, how could you learn this stuff from just diving in on psychedelics. Like that's the beautiful part about it. It's like, dang, me being to myself, learning myself, diving into my own mind. It's there. It's in everybody, and it's waiting to be explored. It's waiting to open up. It's waiting to show itself so you can see it too. But on that note, thanks for watching. If you like the video, make sure you comment, and get this algorithm up. And I'll see you next time, man. Have a good, beautiful day.